Alright, sneakerheads and skate fans, ever wondered how Vans, the ultimate symbol of cool, are actually made? From raw materials to the final iconic sole, it's a process packed with craftsmanship and precision. Want to know what sets Vans apart and why they stayed timeless for decades? Stick around because we're diving into the secrets behind these legendary kicks. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe for more behind the scenes reveals. Let's get started. Step 1. The birth of a classic, design and blueprint. Every great shoe starts with an idea, and Vans are no exception. Before any rubber sole hits the pavement, Vans shoes begin their life as a sketch. Designers at Vans headquarters in California, where the laid-back vibe practically oozes into their brainstorming sessions, take inspiration from skate culture, streetwear, and even vintage aesthetics. Speaking of those iconic designs, what inspired Vans to create the famous old school side stripe? Vans designers start by sketching out the shoe's silhouette on paper or digitally. Classic styles like the authentic, old school, and skate high didn't just appear overnight. They were carefully designed to balance form, function, and flair. The aim? Well, a shoe that's durable enough to survive hideous tricks, yet stylish enough to turn heads. Once the initial designs are approved, they're fed into CAD, computer-aided design software. This software fine-tunes every element, from the signature waffle sole to the reinforced canvas panels. The blueprint is so detailed that it even maps out how the stitching will align. Step 2. Materials, the backbone of Vans durability. Vans shoes are famous for their durability, and the secret lies in their materials. The upper is typically made from heavy-duty canvas or suede, designed to withstand the relentless grip tape of skateboards. For some styles, leather is added for extra flair and durability. The sole is where the magic happens. Vans soles are crafted from vulcanized rubber, a process that gives them their legendary grip and flexibility. This isn't your average rubber. It's designed to take a beating without wearing out quickly. And let's not forget the foxing tape, that crisp, white band wrapping around the shoe's base, which adds both style and extra strength. Step 3. Cutting the fabric from rolls to pieces. Once the materials are sourced, the production begins. Massive rolls of canvas or suede are fed into cutting machines. These machines operate by skilled workers, slice the fabric into precise shapes based on the design templates. The goal here is consistency. Every panel must match the blueprint exactly. For classic styles like the old school, leather strips are cut separately for the iconic side stripe. These strips go through an additional inspection to ensure they're blemish-free. Here's a fun fact. Vans factories optimize their cutting patterns to minimize waste. Any leftover material is often recycled, keeping the process as eco-friendly as possible. Now, you might be wondering, how does Vans manage to turn plain rolls of fabric into shoes that can survive both skate parks and fashion runaways? Step 4. Assembling the upper, stitching it all together. With the fabric panels cut, it's time to assemble the upper. This part is done by skilled workers using industrial sewing machines. The panels are stitched together to form the recognizable shape of a Vans shoe. This isn't just any stitching, it's reinforced stitching. For skateboarding models, extra layers are added in high-stress areas like the toe box and heel to make sure the shoe can handle the wear and tear of tricks. The stitching also includes the eyelet reinforcement, where those trusty laces will go. Each eyelet is carefully measured and punched to ensure the laces won't rip through the fabric. Step 5. The waffle sole, a skate icon. Now for the part that truly sets Vans apart, the waffle sole. The vulcanized rubber sole isn't just for aesthetics, it's a skateboarder's best friend. The unique tread pattern provides unparalleled grip, making it perfect for sticking to, a skateboard deck or gripping the ground during a trick. And here's how it's made. Raw rubber is mixed with other compounds and poured into molds. The mold's interior has the waffle pattern carved into it, which transfers to the rubber during the vulcanization process. This involves heating the rubber to high temperatures, curing it into a durable yet flexible sole. Unlike most shoes that are fully molded in one go, Vans soles are created in layers. The rubber outsole is bonded to a midsole for extra cushioning and durability. While we've been talking about the rigorous process behind Vans, did you know the company originally started as a made-to-order shoe business? Yeah, back in 1966, you could walk into the original Anaheim store, pick out your canvas color, sole thickness, and style, and have a custom pair of Vans ready by the end of the day. Imagine that kind of service now. Your own personalized Vans would probably go viral on TikTok. But this wasn't just a marketing gimmick. It was Vans' way of understanding their customers from day one. Even now, every pair carries that tailored for skater spirit, even if it is mass-produced. Step 6. Foxing tape, the signature look. You've probably noticed the sleek white band running around the edge of every pair of Vans. That's the foxing tape, and it's more than just a fashion statement. The tape is applied manually by workers who wrap it around the sole and press it firmly against the upper. This creates a tight seal that keeps the shoe waterproof and helps it maintain its structure. Fun fact, the foxing tape also allows Vans shoes to hold up better against impact, making them perfect for high-flying skate tricks. Step 7. Vulcanization, fusing it all together. Once the upper and sole are ready, it's time for the marriage ceremony. The assembled upper is placed into a specialized mold and the sole is heated and pressed onto it. This process is called vulcanization, and it's what makes Vans shoes, so durable. The entire shoe is then baked in a vulcanizing oven where heat and pressure bond the rubber sole to the fabric upper. This process not only strengthens the shoe, but also gives it its signature flexibility. If the vulcanization process makes Vans so strong, how do they ensure the shoes stay flexible enough for those, gravity-defying skate tricks? Step 8. Quality control, Vans' final checkpoint. Before a pair of Vans can hit the shelves, it goes through a rigorous quality control process. Workers inspect every inch of the shoe, from the stitching to the alignment of the waffle sole. They also test the flexibility and strength of the shoe by bending and twisting it. Even the smallest flaw, like uneven stitching or a scuffed foxing tape, means the shoe gets rejected. These rejected pairs are often recycled or used for testing purposes. Step 9. Packaging, the Vans experience. Once a pair passes inspection, it's boxed up in the iconic Vans packaging. The box design itself is a nod to Vans' roots, often featuring skate-inspired graphics or minimalist branding. Each box includes a label with the model, size, and color, ensuring you know exactly what's inside. Step 10. Distribution, from factory to feet. With the shoes boxed up, they're shipped out to Vans stores, skate shops, and online retailers around the world. Vans logistics team works hard to ensure every pair arrives on time, whether it's heading to a mall in California or a skate shop in Tokyo. The culture behind Vans. Vans is a cultural icon. From the skate parks of the 70s to the music festivals of today, Vans has been a part of countless subcultures. The company's off-the-wall motto reflects its dedication to creativity, individuality, and authenticity. And let's not forget their collaborations. Vans has teamed up with everyone from skate legends to high-fashion designers, proving that these shoes can cross any boundary. So there you have it, the step-by-step journey of how Vans shoes are made. From the first sketch to the final blocks, every pair is a testament to durability, creativity, and a whole lot of California cool. Okay, now that we know how Vans are made, let's move our boat towards another awesome thing that you won't be able to resist. Yeah, Pringles. Alright, snack lovers, grab your favorite dip and settle in, because today we're cracking open the deliciously crispy world of Pringles. You've seen the iconic tube, you've admired the perfectly stacked identical chips, and let's be real, you definitely tried to fit your hand into that tube only to get your hand stuck like Winnie the Pooh in a honey jar. But here's the real question. How on earth are these chips made so perfect? Are they carved by culinary wizards, pressed by potato sculptors, or is there some ancient Pringle prophecy that foretold their creation? Spoiler alert, it's even crazier than you think. From the unique dough that makes these chips to the high-tech assembly lines that crank out those flawless saddles of crunch, this process is nothing short of snack science at its finest. And hey, before we get into the nitty-gritty, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with your fellow snackaholics. Now let's pop the lid on this mystery and get started. Step 1. The idea behind the can, the origin story. Before we talk about the chips, let's give a nod to the iconic can. The story goes back to the 1950s when people were tired of opening bags of chips only to find half of it was air and the other half was a pile of, broken dreams. Enter Procter & Gamble, the geniuses behind Pringles. They wanted to create a chip that wasn't just tasty, but also sturdy, stackable, and most importantly, not a crumbly mess. Their solution? Well, a can that could double as a storage container, a musical instrument, and for the truly imaginative, a post-snack telescope. Oh, and those chips? Well, they weren't made from regular potato slices, but a magical potato-based dough that allowed for uniformity. And thus, Pringles were born, setting the gold standard for chips everywhere. Step 2. The potato prep, not your regular spud. Here's where it gets interesting. Truly, Pringles don't start as whole potatoes like your average chips. Nope, they're made from dehydrated potato flakes. It all starts with high-quality potatoes, which are peeled, washed, and cooked down until they're soft. These spuds are then dehydrated, turning them into flakes that look suspiciously like instant mashed potatoes. But don't be fooled, this isn't your grandma's Thanksgiving dinner. These flakes are packed with the starchy goodness needed to form the Pringles dough. Step 3. Mixing the magic, the Pringle dough. Now, let's talk dough. Because Pringles are technically baked goods, not fried chips. The potato flakes are mixed with cornstarch, wheat flour, vegetable oil, and a dash of salt. This combo creates a dough that's smooth, pliable, and ready to be shaped into perfection. The dough is rolled into thin sheets, kind of like, making a pizza, but with way more precision. Machines cut these sheets into oval shapes, which will eventually become the chips we know and love. Fun fact, the leftover dough scraps don't go to waste. They're fed back into the machine to make more chips. But before we move on, here's a mind-blowing twist for you. What if I told you there was an alternate universe where Pringles weren't, Pringles? In the early days of development, the recipe wasn't perfect, and the first attempts came out more like crunchy mashed potatoes than chips. Imagine a can of tiny, crumbly potato biscuits instead of the smooth saddles we know and love. It took months of trial and error, tweaking the dough, adjusting the frying times, and perfecting the molds before Pringles became the snack icon we devour today. So the next time you pop open a can, remember it was almost a very different snack. Step 4. Shaping the saddles, the signature curve. Now, here's where things get futuristic. Those flat ovals of dough are placed onto a conveyor belt and pressed into molds that give them their signature saddle shape. And why a saddle, you ask? Well, it's all about engineering. The curved shape, officially called a hyperbolic paraboloid, kind of fancy, right? Makes the chips stronger and less likely to break. Plus, it looks cool. The molds are heated slightly to set the shape, ensuring that every chip comes out looking like a tiny, edible sculpture. And get this, these molds are so precise that if a chip is even slightly off, it gets rejected. Step 5. Frying time, turning dough into crunch. Next stop, the fryer. Unlike regular potato chips, which are deep fried until golden, Pringles are flash fried for just a few seconds. This quick fry locks in the crunch without making the chips overly greasy, just enough to relax, but not so long that you get pruny. After frying, the chips are cooled and sent through an inspection process. At this stage, workers, and by workers, we mean robots, check for any chip that doesn't meet the Pringles gold standard. If a chip is too flat, too burnt, or not curvy enough, it gets booted off the line. Tough luck, buddy. Step 6, flavor explosion, the seasoning stage. Alright, well, here's where the real magic happens. Ever wondered how they get the seasoning to stick so perfectly? It's snack science at its finest. Once the chips are cooled, they're ready for their flavor makeover. Whether you're a fan of classic original, tangy sour cream and onion, or the spicy kick of barbecue, this is the stage where your favorite flavor is born. The chips are tumbled into a giant drum where powdered seasoning is evenly distributed over every square inch. The key here is precision. Too little seasoning and the chip feels bland. Too much and you're basically licking salt. Pringles has mastered the art of balance, ensuring that every bite is a flavor bomb. Step 7, stacking the chips, snack Tetris. Once the chips are flavored, they're carefully stacked by machines with ninja-like precision. And when we say stacked, we mean perfectly aligned, one on top of another, like a snack version of Jenga. This stacking process isn't just about aesthetics, it's what allows Pringles to fit so neatly into their iconic cans. The stacked chips are then slid into the can, which is pre-lined with a waxy paper to keep the chips fresh. The can is sealed with a foil lid and topped with the familiar plastic cap, and just like that, the Pringles are ready to hit store shelves. How do they test the crunchiness of Pringles though? Believe it or not, there's a special machine for that. Step 8, quality control, no chip left behind. Before a single can of Pringles leaves the factory, it goes through rigorous quality control. Every batch is tested for flavor, texture, and crunchiness. Yeah, there's an actual team of people who get paid to eat chips all day. Living the dream, alright? If a batch doesn't meet Pringles' standards, it's sent back for adjustments or, in extreme cases, discarded. But don't worry, it's rare for a batch to fail. These factories are fine-tuned to produce near perfection every single time. Step 9, distribution, from factory to snack aisle. Finally, the finished cans are packed into boxes and shipped to stores worldwide. Fun fact, Pringles are sold in over 140 countries, making them one of the most likely available snacks on the planet. So the next time you grab a can, remember, it's traveled a long way to get to you. And there you have it, folks, the mind-blowing journey of how Pringles go from potato flakes to perfectly stacked, flavor-packed chips. It's a process that combines science, engineering, and just a little bit of snack magic. So the next time you pop open a can, take a moment to appreciate the effort that went into making your favorite crunchy treat. Oh, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with all your snack-loving friends, because let's face it, Pringles aren't just chips. What are your thoughts on this? I mean, let us know in the comments. They're a masterpiece, one crunch at a time. And oh yeah, hey, don't forget to check out other videos on our channel. I mean, I'm telling you, you won't regret it.